You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, CBS Soap fans. This is SoapDirt.com, and we need to talk about Liam Spencer's frustrations with his wife and the man he hates, and the fact that he's about to run to Steffy crying about her brother. So let's dig into this. This is action we're going to see next week on the CBS soap opera. And it is typical Liam, but I think he finds himself in strange waters because he's not going to get the reaction that he's looking for. So, you know, this week we saw Liam Spencer kind of get worked up at lunch with his brother Wyatt Spencer when they were talking about Thomas Forrester. And, you know, Wyatt's echoing the whole, oh, Thomas is the same old villain stuff. And so Liam went over to Forrester Creations, kind of half-cocked to start with, and then burst in at the inopportune moment right after Hope had fallen off the riser and fallen onto Thomas, onto the sofa in the design office. And Liam misread everything and then had a complete snit fit. Not only that, but he got physical with Thomas, physically shoving him, and then screamed at him to leave the room. And Thomas was a little cheeky there for a moment, which was cute and reminded him that it's the Forrester name on the building. But still, Liam shrieked, and Thomas threw up his hands and walked away very civilly. He did the mature thing. And then the next thing that Thomas did shows, to me at least, that they are writing him as truly redeemed this time, because he went right in to talk to his parents and his sister. And Thomas told them exactly what happened and exactly Liam's reaction, and they wanted to know, is this really innocent? Steffy has been grilling him. She has been grilling Hope. And so she asked Thomas, was this an innocence, or was this something, you know, that you made happen? And he reassures all of them, and Ridge and Taylor and Steffy all believe him. They had a big group hug, but Taylor Hayes offered the caveat that she's sure that Liam will think this is something that Thomas set up. And then at the same time, we had Liam raging at Hope. And what I did like about those scenes is when she gave it back to him, she clapped back and reminded him of the times that he's cheated on her. And right now, at this situation as we have it, Liam's typical move is to run to Steffy and maybe sleep with her. It wouldn't be something that he hasn't done before. That's his pattern of behavior. What's different now is that Steffy is happily married to Dr. Fenn, who is hunky and adores only her and doesn't want to sleep with or have babies with her stepsister. So, you know, he's got it all going on over Liam. So Liam does his usual move, and he runs to Steffy. And you remember when he was with Steffy, then he got upset with her. He ran to Hope and got Hope pregnant. So he is just this creature of bad habit. I think we can all agree. Waffle Boy definitely runs mad and does inappropriate things. So while the Forresters are definitely Team Thomas on this issue, and as I said, it's a good sign that Thomas went and told the truth, Liam isn't going to stop because he's not satisfied with Thomas making excuses. He's not even excuses, an explanation, but to Liam's ears, it's an excuse and lies and gaslighting. And then Hope's stern voice with him about him being the one that she can't trust, and then telling him that she is going to work with Thomas. Well, Hope's going to set up a little romantic dinner for her and Liam to try and smooth things over, but it's not going to go well. And then Liam is going to run crying to Steffy. And that's what he always does. And this time it's going to be, your brother's still after my wife, blah, blah, blah. But instead of finding a sympathetic ear, I think what we're going to see is Steffy Forrester telling him, back off, calm down. You're the one causing problems with Hope, not my brother. And what you walked in on was something completely innocent, and you can't come in here making demands about who gets to work at Forrester Creations. I mean, that's the bottom line. As Thomas said, his name is on the door. It's not Spencer Designs. It's not Logan Designs. So it seems like if anybody should go, it shouldn't be the very talented Forrester designer. But of course, that could be what Liam runs to Steffy about. He may be asking her, hey, fire your brother. Get him away. But then Steffi's going to have to tell him what Liam already knows, but he doesn't want to accept. And that is, if Thomas is not the lead designer for Hope for the future, then the fashion line is going to wither and die. And that is why Hope rehired him. And Steffi is going to reiterate that her brother apologized to Brooke Logan and he apologized to Hope, and they both accepted the fact that he's there. And the only one that has a problem is Liam. And we can bet that Liam is not going to like that one bit. But it definitely feels like they are writing this heading towards Thomas and Hope finally having a relationship, especially after we saw her fantasizing about him right on the heels of bad things that Liam said about him. And then also what was weird was in her little fantasy sequence was the scene with Liam and Thomas brawling on the roof when the helicopter was there. That's years ago. And then another scene where they were crying over baby Beth dying. Of course, they're still trying to blame that on Thomas when that was on Felony Flow. So it's going to be a really hot week next week, and it looks like we are seeing the dismantling of Hope and Liam's happy marriage, and it looks like it's going to be Liam's hands that tear it down. Wait and see.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.